My older brother spent years bragging that he was the favorite grandchild, until the day we actually went to claim our inheritance. I am the kind of person who doesn't like to make waves. I work as a graphic designer, I pay my rent on time, and I mostly keep to myself. My older brother Leo is the exact opposite. He has always been deeply entitled, loud, and completely obsessed with showing off. Our grandfather was a very successful businessman who owned a massive piece of land out in the countryside. Leo barely ever spoke to him, but he constantly told everyone that he was bound to inherit the entire property just because he was the oldest. When Papa passed away, Leo didn't even wait for the funeral to start talking about what he was going to do with his millions. Yesterday, the estate lawyer called us out to the actual property for a private meeting. Leo showed up driving a luxury sports car he had clearly leased just for the occasion. He walked onto the front porch like he already owned the place, smirking at me. "Just brace yourself, little brother," Leo said, patting my shoulder in a fake sympathetic way. "We all know how these things go. I'll make sure you get some of the old furniture." The lawyer was standing by the front door, holding a simple metal lockbox and a single sheet of paper. He didn't look amused. "We won't be needing a conference room for this," the lawyer said, looking at Leo. "Your grandfather left very specific instructions. To his oldest grandson, Leo, he leaves the heavy iron lockbox inside the house, containing the physical deeds to all his corporate real estate holdings." Leo practically shouted with excitement. He pushed past the lawyer, ran into the living room, and grabbed the heavy metal box off the table. He used the key the lawyer handed him, threw the lid back, and reached inside. But the moment he pulled his hand out, his face went completely blank. The box didn't contain stacks of deeds. It contained a massive pile of unpaid property tax notices, overdue maintenance bills, and an official legal notice showing that the corporate holdings had been heavily leveraged and went into deep debt months ago. Running that estate didn't mean inheriting millions, it meant inheriting a massive financial nightmare. At the very bottom of the box was a small note from our grandfather that read, "To Leo, who only called when he needed a loan. Enjoy managing the paperwork." Leo's jaw dropped. He dropped the papers on the floor, his hands literally shaking. "This is a mistake. Where is the actual money? Where is the land we're standing on?" The lawyer calmly turned to me and handed me the single sheet of paper he was holding. "Your grandfather transferred the ownership of this actual house and the surrounding land into a private trust for you 2 weeks before he passed," the lawyer explained to me. "It's completely debt-free." Leo turned on me, his eyes wide with absolute fury. "You set me up. You knew about this. You need to sign this land over to me right now to pay off these bills." I didn't yell, and I didn't get defensive. I quietly took the paper from the lawyer, stepped off the porch, and looked back at my brother. "I didn't know anything, Leo," I said calmly, "but I'm the one who spent every weekend last year helping Papa fix the roof on this place, while you were out spending money you didn't have." I got into my car and drove away, leaving him standing on the porch with his pile of bills. I learned that day that entitlement might make you look important, but reality always has a way of catching up with people who just play the part.